It's happened. It's finally happened. CNN Plus is officially shutting down, all as more and more woke media absolutely implodes. In this video, we're going to look at the embarrassing CNN catastrophe. We're going to see how it relates to similar disasters among comparable woke media outlets. And stick with me at the very end of this video, and I'll reveal why we can be absolutely certain that the days of wokeness are indeed coming to an end. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Stevie with you. Great to be with you. As always, I am your daily fake news antidote. So come on into your Patriot Professor's Den here, where I help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Before we begin, as many of you know, we've been facing some unfortunate circumstances behind the scenes with this channel. And you've all been so amazing in terms of how you've been reaching out and asking how you can help during this time. And really, the best way is just click on that link below and visit our awesome merch store. We got some amazing Patriot gear. I'm wearing my Pravda It's Better Than CNN shirt. And not only do you spread Patriot hope, but you're supporting this channel at the same time. So make sure to click on that link below. Get your Patriot merch today. The designs are punchy, they're fun, but they're not going to stick around for long. So click on that link in the description below and both support me and spread Patriot hope. And I can't thank you enough for it. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. You know, what a week this has been for the demise of woke media. Let's start with the most glorious collapse of them all. CNN Plus, the much touted, celebrated, ballyhooed streaming service for the most distrusted name in fake news, has officially gone bust. The New York Times is reporting that the streaming service of CNN, you know, the one that Chris Wallace left Fox News over to host. Yeah, that one. Their streaming service, having been rolled out just literally weeks ago, is set to shut down. CNN parent company Warner Brothers Discovery has decided to terminate the service. According to the Times, the streaming service is set to cease operations on April 30th, just a week from now, which is several days too many, if you ask for me. The merciful thing, I think, would be to simply pull the plug immediately and put this embarrassment out of its misery. Now, as I've reported of late, after months of hype and hope, CNN Plus, their streaming service, turned out to be a complete dud. Again, this is supposedly a major cable news outlet that's supposed to be getting millions and millions of viewers. In the end, they couldn't even find 10,000 people to pay for their streaming service. Now, keep in mind, the rollout for CNN Plus was magnanimous, okay? It was made available on the web. It's on iPhone, Android, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. But what it turned out is it didn't have an audience. Despite all that fanfare for its rollout, no one came out for the red carpet premiere, as it were. I mean, it's really being called CNN's catastrophe. And look, this was predictable. Why on earth would anyone pay to watch Brian Stelter, Chris Wallace, or Don Lemon when they're not even paying, when they're not even watching them for free? CNN's ratings, of course, have been abysmal for the first quarter of this year. It was reported that CNN's ratings collapsed an astonishing 90%. And we could see this from the pathetic streaming service fiasco. The audience just continues to dwindle for this once admittedly very accomplished cable news outlet. Just think of back to the Bernard Shaw days and their amazing coverage of the first Gulf War, Desert Storm. I mean, those days are long gone. CNN has been averaging less than 550,000 viewers in the first quarter of the year, while they were averaging upwards of 3 million at the very same time the previous year. Now, by contrast, Fox News is back. They are once again dominating the ratings. They've gotten rid of their most left-wing pundits and hacks. I guess Juan Williams and Geraldo just stick around, but they're just there to be laughed at and really no other reason. Most importantly, Fox finally got rid of that smug leftist Chris Wallace as head of their news division, and they fully embraced the MAGA America First populism of Tucker Carlson, well, mostly for the exception of Sean Insanity. By contrast, CNN, along with Chris Wallace, who decided to jump onto the sinking ship right at the wrong time, they're both imploding. CNN is a corporation. Chris Wallace is a career. They're both utterly collapsing. And as we've been analyzing now for the last few weeks, what's happening to CNN is happening to woke companies all across the map. Look at this headline. Woke media takes a beating. Netflix, Disney, Twitter, CNN. And that headline is absolutely right. It seems that the major woke companies, the companies that have been most excited to prove their woke bona fides, are literally all collapsing right before our very eyes. I mean, we just reported yesterday on Netflix implosion, right? According to Zero Hedge, Netflix is on course to lose over $90 billion in market value over the course of the last two business quarters. $90 billion! And this is largely because people are canceling their memberships in droves. And of course, Elon Musk tweeted out, quote, "The woke mind virus is making Netflix unwatchable." So you got Netflix imploding. And then, of course, we got Disney. I just did our first video of the day with Republican Governor Ron DeSantis absolutely crushing Disney because they've gotten so woke. Disney is now about to get their special legal privileges that they've had for about 7 decades totally revoked. I mean, DeSantis has absolutely had it with them. And let's just say Disney's stock hasn't been faring too well of late. And then, of course, we got the whole Twitter saga going on where the ultra-left is sitting on the border doing absolutely everything they possibly can to prevent Elon Musk from buying the company. This is how absolutely absurd and desperate they've become. They adopted, as you know, what's called the poison pill, which gives Twitter's existing shareholders time to purchase additional shares at a discount, thus diluting Musk's ownership stake. And that's exactly what Vanguard did. They bought up 10.3% of Twitter, while Musk owns 9.1%. But as it turns out, it was all for naught, because it's just been announced that Musk has officially secured the $40 billion plus he needs to buy Twitter outright. So what Musk has done is he, in effect, has turned free speech into a multi-billion-dollar business model. And there's a business model that can be repeated over and over again. Now, of course, the prerequisite to this model is you've got to first be a billionaire, okay? So this is solely for you billionaires out there, like Peter Thiel and others. And then second, you got to establish yourself as, a red-pilled free speech champion, which Musk has effectively done. And then third, you boldly go in to a woke company that upsets a lot of people with its cancel culture nonsense. And you first buy up the largest share of stock in that company to see if that changes things. And if not, then you offer to buy the company outright. And boom, the stock price soars. That's the business model. And as I understand it, this offer is going to be very, very hard for Twitter to turn down. Their stockholders are at the very least going to demand a vote on the offer. But regardless, as we've been analyzing now for the last few weeks, all of this is proving that the woke business model is simply unsustainable. And that's because wokeism is unsustainable. Remember, wokeism is a leftist ideology of the powerful, of those who belong almost solely to the permanent political and business class, as well as the woke universities, who are the power brokers of what constitutes as legitimate knowledge in the globalist world. But that's it. Everyone else, 70 or 80%, perhaps 85, 90% of the population that does not belong to the woke political class does not necessarily buy this stuff. Quite literally, as CNN and Netflix are finding out, they don't buy this stuff. Again, we have data that shows that Democrats are split over woke issues, even when it comes to the ridiculously labeled "Don't Say Gay" law in Florida. A small majority of Democrats support the law. Wokeism splits the Democrats and it fully unites Republicans, which means it's only a matter of time before wokeism completely collapses, which raises the question. If wokeism is the leftist ideology of our ruling political class, and if wokeism is on the verge of collapse, then what does that say about the future of our woke political class? Well, that's precisely what we're going to find out in the coming weeks and months ahead. Now, before we go, you'll definitely want to check out my latest video I just posted on Florida Governor DeSantis absolutely crushing Disney. All as Florida's new redistricting map completely wipes out the Democrats. You're going to absolutely love it. So make sure to click on that link, and I will see you over there. God bless.